Next on The Genuine Article, one of the greatest collections of wine in the world. Moët de Chandon ages its wines in 17 miles of wine cellars carved out of the ground beneath Épernay. The town itself has over 100 miles of cellars that have been there for centuries. At a constant temperature of 39 degrees Fahrenheit, these cellars offer protection not only from the elements, but also from thirsty invaders.
In World War I, the Germans came into the Champagne region. They drank up everything to get their hands on and shipped it back home to Germany. And when World War II started, when they knew it was about to start, they started walling up their champagnes. And they put dirt on it, and they left some cheaper stuff around for them to drink, but a lot of the good stuff was walled up. There are a couple of stories, though. One is that Paul Roger, which is one of the great houses, still can't find some of the champagne that was walled up. They have records of it, but they haven't located it yet.
The best of the best is still hidden away, and this is the first time cameras have been allowed to see it.
This is the wine library of Dom Pérignon. I have the key.
This is the key?
Yes, there is.
Oh, okay.
Voila.
Wow, that key is incredibly valuable. So this is the best of the very best.
Sure is. We hold all the vintages back.
There's 68,
65,
65.
66.
Oh, and here's the one you were telling me about.
Yeah, 59.
If I open that
Oxine.
right now, what would it taste like?
It will be sandalwood, cedarwood, musk, new leather, sweet spices, black truffles, tobacco.
And if you think you can buy this stuff at auction, here's a word of warning.
I'm always a bit reluctant to buy such wines in auctions, since the wines have been disgorged long ago.
You don't know how they've been treated.
And exactly, you don't know the pedigree, the background.
Sure, the best thing to do is to buy the wine directly from the people who made it and who kept it here, and you know it's perfect.
Yeah.
So, have you tasted this wine?
Oh yeah, I know it.
Really?
I know it pretty well, yeah. Exactly.
You've got the best job in the world.
I already told you.
You get to come as a job.
It's a job. We call it a job.
To get up in the morning, 43, 46, 68, oh, whatever. Coming up, the perfect pairing for champagne, if it exists. Coming up, what shows off bubbles best? Technically speaking, the word champagne can only apply to sparkling wines that come from this area of France. But that doesn't mean that American sparkling wines aren't just as good.
For example, California, Northern California, parts of Oregon, Washington State, Australia makes great ones, Italy makes great ones. So you really have a lot of choices. They're different, but they're no less good.
What's Prosecco?
Prosecco is a wonderful sparkling wine that's indigenous to the Venice area of Italy. It's made from the Prosecco grape, and it's just the classic sparkling wine used in the famous Bellini cocktail, which is Prosecco mixed with peach puree.
As for what foods go best with champagne, well, that depends. A powerful, full-bodied champagne can stand up to smoked salmon or game, while oysters need a more delicate touch. In general, the richer the dish, the richer the champagne.
Some people say that a bottle of champagne like Dom Pérignon is a meal in itself and that it's worthy of your 100% of your attention. But at the same time, something like champagne makes almost anything taste better. It makes any date more charming. But if you're going to pair Dom Pérignon with a food, one of the classics would be caviar. Some people say that's sacrilege, that the caviar is so strong it overpowers the champagne. But if you like caviar, you're going to love the two together.
But there is one pairing that raises even more feathers than caviar and champagne.
Dom Pérignon, they make a lot of it. So, they can put it on the menu at Hooters with a bucket of wings, and that's one of the, great marketing gimmicks of all time.
Do they really?
Oh, yes. Yeah. The only way you can get a full bottle of wine at Hooters is if you buy a bucket of wings and the bottle of Dom Perignon.
Wow, that's great value. If you want to hone your champagne tastes, here's what you should know.
Let's talk about the levels and the styles. The best of the bottom, you're probably looking at paying about, say, $18 to $22. And you might find that in the Roederer Estate or a great California producer called Iron Horse. Once we get above, say, the $22 price point, we can get into real French champagne, but we're talking about the basic non-vintage Brut. And Brut just means dry. Non-vintage means a blend of vintages. And then going up from there, you've got what they call tête de cuvée, cream of the crop, the best bottling of the house.
Champagne houses can hold their wines for over 100 years because the wines are still on the yeast and they're kept in perfect cellar conditions. But once a bottle goes onto the retail market, the clock starts ticking. These cellar masters tell me that a great vintage of Dom Perignon can be held for up to 10 years, like its other companions of the wine industry of that level, like a Krug or a Cristal. But ordinary vintage, probably 5 years. Non-vintage, no more than 2. And stay away from any champagne that's been subjected to extremes in light or temperature. It's probably on the spoil. Hey, thanks for joining us. Hope you've enjoyed this edition of The Genuine Article. Find more at fineliving.com. Real information for real people.